Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Today I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. This is a weather report, and I'd like to talk about the weather health stresses for July 18th, 2026. We keep additional graphics at tpatw.com. We also maintain a storefront on Amazon. Looking at the frontal systems for the 18th, we still do have that frontal system stretching from Montana across Nebraska over to Chicago up to Cleveland and on into southeastern Canada. And you'll note that it is becoming a little bit more active, most likely and especially across the New England states. However, we do have monsoonal flow all the way up through the Four Corners and into the Intermountain West all the way to Montana. And lots of activity, of course, across the Gulf, especially Florida, into Georgia. Looking at our vitality index, you can see that we have some activity going on here up in Idaho and western Montana. Lots of spotty activity in the Intermountain West with the monsoonal showers and temperatures up and down with elevation. And then lots of activity from the plains east, with a focus along the Florida Panhandle, and again here up across New England. Looking at the changes in pressure, we have rising pressure across northern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, and the Michigan Upper Peninsula, falling pressure from eastern Michigan across northern Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, really New Jersey, and then across all of New England. You'll note that temperature changes are not rapid or significant. We're basically boiling, cooking the frog, and even when temperatures recover, it'll be just 3, 4, 5 degrees, although you can see that we're putting some spotty increases in temperatures up and down the Intermountain West. The changes in dew point temperatures, not a lot going on again through most of the country with it being highly humid, but we do have some fall in dew point temperatures here up in Idaho, Montana, and a really strong increase of dew point temperatures and vapor pressure across New England. Looking at instability, you'll see that with the monsoon rains, we're picking up pockets of instability in the Intermountain West, but everything east of the Mississippi, actually from the plains across to the Ohio Valley and then down to the south, is rather unstable with a lifted index, especially strong here along the Florida Panhandle. Note that with that low, it's sort of cloud cover dampening any of the instability across the Northeast. Looking at the change in oxygen availability, you can see that we have especially a migraine risk across eastern North and South Dakota, across Minnesota, just touching the northernmost ridges of Iowa, but very strong across Wisconsin and Michigan, and really much of that so-called western Great Lakes area. Note we also have some migraine stress in West Texas, basically El Paso to Big Bend, and then across the Florida Panhandle from really Pensacola to Tallahassee. Looking at the changes or the risk of asthma and arthritis, you can see that we do have that lingering risk of asthma and arthritis across Idaho, a little bit just east of the Panhandle of Utah, some activity or risk of asthma across especially Oklahoma to Louisiana, and then the most significant area of asthma and arthritis risk here in the Northeast with that falling pressure really from upstate New York across all of New England. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Your comments are appreciated. If you hurt, tell us where you're located.